Benvenuto, welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. Today we're going to make sausage, peppers, and onions. This is actually a remake. This was one of the first episodes we did when we first started working on our channel, and I never was quite happy with the way that video came out, and Wade has gotten much better at putting everything together. So we're going to redo this. All right, anyway, sausage, peppers, and onions. 3 main ingredients. We need some Italian sausage. I've got sweet Italian sausage here. You can use hot Italian sausage. You could use chicken Italian sausage. And if you have a nice vegan substitute for Italian sausage, use that. You can make this whole dish vegan. All right, we need some next ingredient, some peppers, bell peppers specifically. I happen to have all 4 colors today because I had them at the supermarket and they looked really pretty. But I got all 4 of them, but you can use one color of them all, or you can use all green. I usually use all green. The green ones, the red, yellow, and orange peppers are a little bit more sweeter than the green, but again, whatever your choice is. All right, we need at least 1 big onion. These are white onions. I usually use white onions for this. You can use yellow. You can use your favorite kind of onion. And what else? Okay, so we're gonna need a little bit of tomato paste. We need some olive oil. Now in this case, you don't want to use your best olive oil. This isn't really a finishing with the olive oil that we're looking for that really nice olive oil taste. This is good olive oil. It's extra virgin, but it's not my really expensive kind. We need some spices. We've got oregano, dried oregano, and dried basil. We're gonna need salt and pepper. And we're gonna need a little splash of red or white wine. I've got a bottle of Red open, so I'm gonna use that. If you don't wanna use wine, you certainly can use water, some vegetable stock, even chicken stock if you've got it on hand. Again, vegetable stock would keep it vegan. Sausage, peppers, and onions. My mother used to make this as a meal. And then over the years, when I make it as a meal, I'll usually serve it with rice. I do a nice rice pilaf, which we've done an episode on. Wade can put a link to that or indicate where you can find it. My mother used to also do it with mashed potatoes. So my point is, you can make this a full entree. Tonight, we're going to just kind of do this as a standalone to redo the video. The other thing, this is a great summertime cookout type dish to make. Use it as a side dish. Can put it in, a nice hoagie roll or a nice bulky roll. Would make a beautiful sausage, peppers, and onion sandwich. It travels well, so that's why I think it's a nice, if you barbecue type or cookout type food. If you're going to somebody's house and you're doing a potluck, it travels well because it's not really liquidy. You can eat it at room temperature. Anyway, okay, so first thing we're going to start with our sausages because we want to brown our sausages. All right, so I've have a pan in here and I was just letting it heat up a little bit. This pan doesn't work on my induction, so I did go out and buy a little electric hot pot. Hot plate, those are called, right? I don't know exactly how it's going to work, so we're going to take a little cautiously. We don't need to add any oil to that, I don't think, because the sausages are going to quickly start to render. Now, with the sausages, we don't necessarily, at this point, we want to brown them. Ooh, that sounds scary. We're going to get these browned, all right? So I'm going to put these on a medium heat, and we're going to slowly brown them. We don't have to worry about them being 100% cooked. We're going to finish the cooking stage as we're sauteing our peppers and onions, but we want to get them nicely browned, and they're probably going to get 90% cooked as we're browning them here. All right, so let's just kind of do a little bit of retake on our peppers. I'm just going to show, it wasn't dry. I'm just going to show you how I cut them up. And I've told you guys many times I don't throw out these little pieces, although for this particular thing, I want them all kind of uniform in size and shape. So I'm going to take the seeds out and cut it in half. And then I'm gonna get a different knife and just cut out. Again, I've told you guys 100 times, I cut out this little white membrane because I think it tastes better. All right, so then I'm just going to cut these into strips. And I'll probably try to be about even size. Our sausages are starting to sizzle over there. So it's just kind of, you know, thin strips. If you want to cut them in half, you certainly could, or if you want to cut them in little pieces. I like the way they look in the dish when they're julienne. I guess this would be, I'm quite sure what that would be called. Anyway, so of course we're going to do all of our peppers the same way. The onion, really easy to do. We're just going to cut off the ends. I don't know what's going on there in the middle, but we'll find out. And I just cut it in half. Got a little bit of, it's just a little brown. I don't, that's, yeah. Let's get rid of that. All right, and then just with the onions, I'm just going to cut them down lengthwise again, just kind of like we're cutting our peppers. So we got this little brown piece in here. Let's get rid of that. And that's really all there is to it. As far as prepping our... Oop, I forgot one major thing, guys. Sorry about that. We, of course, need some garlic. We're probably going to need a good, nice 3 cloves of garlic. And we'll kind of try to mince this up today. So of course we've gone over this lots of times. I find it easier to cut off that little root end. And sometimes it'll peel, depending upon how fresh your garlic is. Sometimes it will peel if we give it a little crack. Makes it a little bit easier to get the skin off, or the peel. All right, so we got, that's one piece. So, and again, we just want to, you don't have to worry about mincing up too small, but small little pieces. Just give it a little chop like that. This is going to be fried with our veggies and stuff. All right, so that's really all there is to it for the prep for our vegetables. All right, I'm going to let these brown. And we've got one side that's already browned. You can turn it over. If I had my tongs right in front of me, I'd use those. It would make it a little easier, but... All right, so we're going to let those slowly brown. And while that's doing its thing, I'm going to finish up prepping our vegetables. Then we'll come back, take a look at the progress of our sausages, and then we'll go on from there. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, our sausages are getting nice and brown. That's taken about 10 minutes. And again, it's one of those things you got to kind of stick close to it because you don't want them to burn. Move them around a little bit. All right, so we're going to take our sausages out and put them on a plate. Like I said, these are not 100% cooked, but we're going to slice these up and they'll finish cooking in with our veggies. Okay, so we'll set those aside. All right, we might need a little bit of olive oil, probably a couple tablespoons, and we will get our peppers in first. Yep, I burned myself. Of course, the count is a little higher than the stove, so. We get our peppers in. Those are going to take the longest to cook, so we'll get those moving around. Or it's going to take longer for the peppers to soften up than the onions. Get them all nicely coated with our olive oil. Take on just grab a spatula, might make it a little easier. And like I said, this is a new little electric hot plate, so, but I'd say I've got it on medium. I'm going to hit this with a little sprinkle of salt, which will help draw out the moisture and also make them taste delicious. Now, this really depends upon how soft you like your peppers. I tend to like them a little on the softer side, but depending upon how you cook, if you want them a little more al dente, I think at this point, we can get our onions in there. We're going to save our garlic for the last, because we don't want that to burn, of course. And get that. I think we got enough olive oil. If you feel they're sticking at all or not moving, you might want to put a tad bit more, but I think that's good. All right, so we're going to let them saute for about 5-10 minutes. I'd say 10. All right, we'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, our our peppers and onions been sauteing about 10 minutes. We got all of our sausage here. Really, guys, depending upon how you like this, you can cut them into little circles like I have. You can cut them bigger if you want, quarter them. It really all depends upon how you like it. Of course, the smaller they're cut up, the bigger of a crowd they'll feed. But you can see the sausages are probably about 90-95% done. All right, so we still need this. Put this aside. Let me rinse off my hands. All right, I'm going to put one more little pinch of salt and pepper. That's going to be for our seasoning part of it. And again, salt and pepper is to taste. And then we're just doing a little pinch. That might look like a lot of salt, but it's not. A couple nice pinches of pepper. This is fresh ground pepper, guys. I don't know if you can see in there, but I go through a lot of pepper. One of the reasons, you know, a lot of times when you'll see in a recipe it says fresh ground pepper, because of course if you've got the whole peppercorns and you grind it right then, that's when you're going to get the aroma of the pepper, and that's really what that's good for. I go through so much pepper, I usually grind it up. I've got a little coffee grinder, you know, every day, every other day, a little bit of what I'm going to need for the day. All right, I'm going to throw our oregano and our basil in here too. Give that a little toss. All right, then we're going to add our garlic. And again, like I always say, we don't want it to burn. So it's going to take about 30 seconds or so and you'll start to smell the garlic. All right, I can smell it. So we're going to go on to the next step. So then we're going to take probably a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'm going to turn my heat up a little. I've been on medium at this point. Kind of get that all mixed in. Some people like to use tomato sauce, or at the end we'll add a cup or so of tomato sauce for this particular amount. Sometimes I do that. I'm not going to do that today, but sometimes I will, depending upon if I'm going to serve it with pasta. But again, we're not going to serve it with pasta today, so. I always do add the tomato paste, because the tomato paste gives it that really yumminess. I think I'm going to do a tad bit more. And I'm kind of going by the color is really what's kind of making me think I need a little more. This this little hot plate doesn't react or heat up as quickly as the stove or the induction. All right, that looks good. We're going to take a little bit of wine stock water. We just want to kind of deglaze the pan, so we're going to get any of our frying juices and the oil up. And it's going to immediately smell delicious. And of course, as we're doing this, all the alcohol is cooking out of the wine. All right, I'm going to add in our sausage. Finally, my pan's starting to heat up. I can hear it sizzling a little bit more. And you want to toss that all. I was aiming not to make a huge amount, but it seems like I've done it anyway. I don't know. I always have a problem cooking for a small amount. All right, so on this burner, I turned it up to high. If I was on the stove or with the induction, I'd probably do medium high. But that is almost done. So really what we want to do is let this saute for another 5 minutes or so. And cook through our sausages. All right, we'll be back when the sausage is cooked. Okay guys, our sausages all cooked through, and our sausage and peppers are done. So there you have it, my take on sausage, peppers, and onions. Okay, once again, we're at the best part, eating.
Smells so good.
It does, huh? Delicious as always.
Delicious. Yep.
Like I said, with some rice or a nice side salad, this would make a full meal. Okay, and I said before, my mother used to do this, and she had leftover mashed potatoes. She'd have the mashed potatoes, but it is delicious, and again, it makes a fantastic sandwich. A nice big hoagie roll.
Yeah. If somebody wants to make it a little spicier, they use spicy sausage. Right?
We use hot sausage. We can do some red pepper flakes.
Very good.
Okay. I hope you all enjoyed watching us cook our sausage, peppers, and onions today. More importantly, I hope that you'll try it. Let us know if you like it or not. Okay. All right.
Yep. Please like and subscribe. And check out cherryhillhomecooking.com. We'll see you in the next video.
Ciao.
Bye. This would go or some rice pilaf or something.
We usually do have it with pilaf, but we're trying to do one pot.